What's up, guys? Welcome back to Physical Media Thursday this time. Since we have Franchise Frenzy this Friday, the Part 7's ranked, I decided to prepare this video for Thursday rather than have two videos in one day. I've been kind of alternating every month. I just can't make up my mind, but that's the way I wanted to do it this week. Let's get to it. I've got some things from eBay, Hamilton Books, and perhaps a few other places. Starting off with The Squad, a Colombian movie about some soldiers on a patrol that meet evil. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Should be kind of interesting. The plot sounds a little bit like the Korean film R Point, which I need to rewatch. And then we have a film I've discussed a few times before, as one of the scenes just about sends me through the roof because it creeps me out so much, and it actually involves all this hair. But Sick Nurses, a Thai film. So far, my second favorite Thai horror film behind Shudder. I do have a few more to watch from that Tartan Asian Extreme set that I got of 3 Thai films. So we'll see. But next, a film that I picked up and watched. Panic in the Streets, starring a young Jack Palance. Richard Widmark, Paul Douglas, who's very good in this. Wasn't really familiar with him. Zero Mostella's in this. And it's about a criminal who contracts a type of plague, and Richard Widmark plays a doctor, has to team up with a police captain to track him down, and he's a criminal on the run, so he does not want to be caught, and he's ruthless, and it's pretty good. The description of the disease is scary, the way that they set this whole thing up. And Jack Palance looks like he's chiseled out of like marble in this movie. He's lean and mean and scary looking, but that was pretty good. Directed by Elia Kazan. Next, let's do the I left off a movie from the Kino sale. Forgot to include this one. Slayground, directed by Terry Bedford, starring Peter Coyote and Mel Smith. It takes place, this is Blackpool, England, so it's about a hitman who's been hired to get revenge for the death of somebody, a grieving family or something like that. So I guess it's a British-made film starring Peter Coyote. And next we have the third film in a trilogy. I don't have either one of the first ones, although I have seen the second one. And I know my man, the Ginger Ninja, has been reviewing these. You had Skyline and then Beyond Skyline, and now Skylines. Skyline made me make this face when I watched it. I didn't really care for it at all. Beyond Skyline was good. They just kind of redid the opening of the first one in about 20 minutes, and then the rest of it was all action, even throwing in some martial arts, as Iko Iwas is in that one. But I've heard this one is also very good. One of the things I liked about the second one is they have some outtakes at the end, and they actually have actors in these suits on stilts, and they're chasing the human characters, and then once in a while they would trip, and everybody would crack up, and they do it again. So I do admire the fact that they were, using old school practical effects for much of that film. I can't say the same for this one. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll see. Next, we have 4 martial arts films from eBay. First of all, we have a double feature, 2 movies for one low price. I'm not sure if the quality on these are going to be the greatest. East-West DVD. We've got The Devil's Assignment. Not really familiar with that one at all, but then Dragon Lee versus the Five Brothers. Dragon Lee being one of the Bruceploitation actors featured in the Game of Clones set. And I've really come to sort of appreciate him. It's kind of unusual that is in the title, a lot of times they would, overseas especially, they would just call him Bruce Lee because it's Bruceploitation. But in this case, his name isn't in the title, so perhaps it doesn't have any link to Bruceploitation at all. Perhaps it's just a standalone Dragon Lee movie. We'll have to see. And then we have 2 films starring Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh and directed by Yuen Woo-ping. I've seen both of these. I don't really remember them that well. First of all, we have Twin Warriors, which I was going to say, is that set in modern times? It is not. And then we have Tai Chi Master. I remember this one a little more. This is a Dragon Dynasty number 30. Yeah, this one was good. That's what I remember. So some pretty good special features. And then we have a blast from the past, some 80s puppetry goodness. Little double feature action. We've got Labyrinth, which is they're having a concert. Actually, I think what they're doing is one of the theaters around here, or maybe in Philly. They're showing the movie, but they have a live orchestra or something like that. I just saw that pop up on Instagram. Beautiful Jennifer Connelly. This is a movie me and my buddies were watching once after a day in high school, and we weren't really into it at first, but then we started watching it. You know, we're thinking, this is more for the kids. But then we were probably watching it because Jennifer Connelly was in it, to be honest with you. But then it just got weirder and weirder, and we were kind of into it. So that's one of the films, and the other one is The Dark Crystal. Jim Henson Home Entertainment. So I haven't seen that in a long time. And I thought I'd do something a little different this week. I was cleaning up my comic books in the garage. Unfortunately, some of them are in a deteriorated state, so I decided to go through them and kind of separate them into different piles according to their conditions. And look what I found. The Dark Crystal #1. Yes, it was a comic book. A little worse for wear. And then we have Dark Crystal #2. Not sure how many there were. Was this a miniseries? A Marvel movie special. I love looking through these old comics, the old advertisements and everything. So I think, like, at the end of every physical media video, I might show a comic book or two, especially if they relate to the films that I'm showing. So there you go. Did you guys even know there was a Dark Crystal comic book? And what do you think about the films that I showed today? Have you seen any of them? What are your thoughts? Let me know in their physical media Friday on his regularly scheduled day of the week. Okay. Later.